Well, good evening and welcome to another episode of Love Not Fear.
This is my co-host, the beautiful Jack Cox, author of Love Not Fear. Indeed.
And Annie's written two lovely books.
I have indeed. So I'm Annie Day, for anybody who doesn't know, and I'm the author of Orgasmic Health and Your Guide to Feeling Fabulous Fast. So this evening's programme is all about gratitude. Such an important thing for all of us in every moment of our lives. So do you want me to start, Jack?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, because you've got most of it prepared, and I'm very grateful that you have, because I've not had a good day today. I'm just going to read an article that I wrote that's on my website. I wrote this, 10, 15 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, go for it, darling.
And then we can go into your material, Annie.
Okay, love. Sounds great.
It's so important to be grateful for all the things we have and for all the things we receive. That way the universe, God and Goddess, our higher power, our higher self, or whatever you want to call it, will bring more into our lives. Developing an attitude of gratitude is a very powerful habit to get into. High levels of happiness and success often result from the regular practice of being grateful and thankful. It's been known for thousands of years that a positive, appreciative attitude contributes to greater success, better health, and peak performance in sports. People even report healing more quickly from injuries.
Indeed, it's so important.
The problem is that since birth, we've been programmed to notice what is broken, undone, or lacking in our lives.
Yeah.
We moan and complain about everything, from the government to the weather. Jack Canfield famously said that to be successful, we must resign from the Ain't It Awful Club.
I like it, the Ain't It Awful Club.
If we are to use gratitude successfully in our lives, first we're going to have to cultivate a new, more resourceful way of looking at the world.
Indeed.
When we practice giving thanks for all that we have, instead of complaining about what we haven't got, we give ourselves a chance to see all of life as an opportunity rather than as a challenge.
Oh, so true. So true, Jack.
Please don't get the idea that gratitude is just some blindly optimistic approach in which all the bad things in life are whitewashed or ignored. It's more a matter of what things we choose to focus on and where we place our attention.
Absolutely.
Pain, suffering, injustice will still exist in the world. But do we really need to wallow in it? Wouldn't it be better to concentrate on the good things and give gratitude a chance to give hope? We've all got so many things to be thankful for if we think about it. It's the little things in life that often bring us most joy.
Yeah.
Like colourful autumn leaves at this time of year. Good friends like any day.
Oh, thank you, Jack Cox.
I mean that.
I know you do.
Sunsets and chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Be grateful that you have a roof over your head and food in your stomach. Many people lack the things that we take for granted.
Indeed. And the first thing I do as soon as I'm conscious is to say thank you because I woke up this morning.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, there's lots of people this morning that didn't wake up, if that makes sense.
That's right. Yep.
So the first thing I say is thank you that I'm alive this morning. And after that, everything that happens during the day, the good, the bad and the ugly, I say thank you for, because in every disaster, there is a blessing. That's my viewpoint.
Yeah, my daily affirmations include the following. I'm so happy and grateful for all the for the fact that I live on this beautiful planet.
Yeah.
I'm so happy and grateful that I have clean water to drink.
Indeed.
I'm so happy and grateful that I have clean air to breathe.
Yeah, indeed, darling.
And I'm so happy and grateful that the sun rises every day and warms this planet.
That sounds beautiful, Jack. Thank you.
Some ways to practice gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal in which you list all the things for which you are grateful.
Yeah.
You can make daily, weekly, or monthly lists. Greater frequency may be better for creating a new habit, but just keeping the journal where you can see it will remind you to think in a grateful way. Make a gratitude collage by drawing or pasting pictures.
Yeah.
Or photographs that you've taken.
Yeah.
Practice gratitude around the dinner table. Now, this is something that we've sort of got out of the habit of in our culture, isn't it? We always used to say grace.
I still bless my food, whether I go out for a meal and eat in a restaurant, or whether I prepared it myself, or I've gone to somebody else's house and they've made food.
Yeah,
I always bless the food and say thank you to every creature that is sustaining my beautiful, vibrant health.
Yeah, me too, Annie. I always bless my food and my water.
Yeah.
Whatever I drink. And I'll often hold the cup or the glass in my hands and just pour love into it before I drink it.
Absolutely.
So important. We were talking, I mean, I'm going off the article a little bit now, but we've been talking over the last 2 or 3 weeks, haven't we, about Dr. Emoto?
Oh, absolutely. Phenomenal work.
Putting intention into water.
Indeed. Just by telling it that it's loved and appreciated can change the molecules. Imagine that was only a little glass of water that he was doing that with. We are made up of 80% water. So imagine what happens when we are being told that we're loved and we're appreciated, and, you know, all those affirmations, whether it's us that's saying it or other people, has got to have an impact on that body of water, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I really do believe that. Yeah. Well, it's been proven scientifically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a game of finding the hidden blessings in every challenging situation.
Indeed.
Now, I've been doing that all over time the last couple of days. When you feel like complaining, make a gratitude list instead. Yeah. You may be amazed at how much better you feel.
Indeed.
As you practice, an inner shift begins to occur, and you may be delighted to discover how content and hopeful you start to feel.
Absolutely.
Notice how gratitude is improving your life. Write about it, sing about it, express thanks for gratitude.
This is from Kenneth Kendrick. Yes, we must bless the sacrifice animal, vegetable, and mineral had to make to keep us healthy. That's spot on.
Absolutely, Kenneth. That's absolutely so important. When you eat meat, thank the animals for their sacrifice so that you can live. Thank
the carrot, thank the asparagus tip, thank the broccoli, for everything has a life force, so we should be grateful for all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the next thing I was going to say.
It's
not just the animals.
Yeah.
Every time you eat a vegetable or a fruit, well, not so much a fruit. The fruit is the only thing we can actually eat without having to worry about it, because the fruit gives us its fruit willingly in exchange for pollination.
Yeah, indeed.
But anything else that you eat, it's
just say thank you.
Thank you for the sacrifice that it's made.
Yeah.
You can eat.
For making my health so vibrant and joyful.
I don't do it now, but when I was a lot younger, I used to hunt small game. And I always used to I always used to hold it in my hand, the rabbit or the pigeon or whatever it was, and just say, thank you for the sacrifice that I may live.
Yeah.
May your soul be free to continue its journey.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's like Avatar, isn't it? Like Avatar, the way that they do things.
Several years ago, when I used to work as a life coach before I retired, I always used to ask my clients to write out a full list of all the things that they were grateful for and to read it out loud twice a day. One of my clients responded by sending me this. That's right, Jack. Gratitude is so important. Just think of the birds. They thank the universe with a beautiful chorus each morning and thereby attract the food they eat throughout the day. What a beautiful idea.
Is gratitude so potent, so potent.
We need to be thankful for everything. Don't neglect the simple things that most people take for granted. My own personal gratitude lists include, I'm so grateful and happy for this brand new day, full of opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful and happy that I always have enough healthy food to eat. So grateful and happy that I always have enough, well, we've done this, the clean water. So I'm going to skip this bit because I've already mentioned that.
We need to be grateful for everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in my viewpoint.
Yes, absolutely. Even be grateful for the hardest lessons.
Yeah, indeed.
We've talked about this before, Annie, haven't we?
Yeah.
Be so grateful to the people that have facilitated your hardest learnings.
Yeah.
Because they have also facilitated your greatest growth.
Well, as a result of that, that was my thinking last night and earlier yesterday. So as well as doing the research for this, I've also printed off one of my just favourite Sufi poets is Khalil Gibran, and his viewpoint on love is exceptional. So I'll read that after we've done the gratitude, because it's all about being grateful for those very heartbreaking lessons and knowing that, you know, that we were learning and growing by those experiences. So I thought that would be relevant, and it really just kept shouting at me that that was the right thing to do. So that's what I've done.
Brilliant. Well, you take it away, Annie, because that's my contribution to tonight.
Okay, darling. Well, thank you very much for it. Thank you. So gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. In positive psychology, gratitude is the human way of acknowledging the good things in life. Psychologists have defined gratitude as a positive emotional response that we perceive on giving or receiving a benefit from someone. And this research was by Emmons and McCulloch in 2004. A similar explanation was put I'll try that again. That was complete, like that was like park arc.
Put your teeth in, Annie. Put your teeth in.
Park arc. That was kind of doing. A similar explanation was put forth by Emmons and McCulloch, who said that gratitude is associated with a personal benefit that was not intentionally sought after, deserved, or earned, but rather because of the good intentions of another person. And again, that was Emmons and McCulloch in 2004. Thanking others, thanking ourselves, again, I think that's really important. Mother Nature or the Almighty, gratitude in any form can enlighten the mind and make us feel happier. Yay! It has a healing effect on us. This was from research by Russell and Boscher on 2008. The benefits of gratitude are endless, so let us try to explore what gratitude is. We will be discussing its scientific base and understand how we can use gratitude to be happier in life. So the neuroscientific research into gratitude is the healthiest of all emotions. And this was Cicero that said that many, many years ago. Gratitude was significant in ancient philosophies and cultures. For example, in the Roman cultures, where Cicero mentioned gratitude as the mother of all human feelings. As an area of neuropsychological research, however, it was a rare subject of concern until the last 2 decades, when Amen and McCulloch, 2004, did their beautiful research. Gratitude and the brain, neural mechanisms that are responsible for feelings of gratitude have grabbed attention, and that was Wood et al. 2008. Studies have demonstrated that at the brain level, moral judgments involving feelings of gratefulness are evoked in the right anterior temporal cortex, and that was Zane et al. In 2009. People who regularly express and feel gratitude have a higher volume of grey matter in the right inferior temporal gyrus. This was Zane et al. In 2014. How clever is that?
That's brilliant, yeah.
Isn't it? Gratitude in the brain and neurotransmitters. Emily Fletcher, the founder of Ziva, which is a well-known meditation training site, mentioned in one of her publications that gratitude is a natural antidepressant. And I truly, truly believe that personally and professionally.
Absolutely. No, 100% agree with that. It's a complete shifter.
Isn't it? It really is, isn't it? The effects of gratitude when practiced daily can be almost the same as medication, she says. It produces a feeling of long-lasting happiness and contentment, the physiological basis of which lies at the neurotransmitter level. When we express gratitude and receive the same, our brain releases dopamine and serotonin, which are 2 crucial neurotransmitters responsible for our emotions. Love it. And they make us literally feel good. They enhance our mood immediately, make us feel happy from the inside out. By consciously practicing gratitude every day, we can help these neural pathways to strengthen themselves and ultimately create a permanent, grateful and positive nature within ourselves. Gratitude releases toxic emotions. The limbic system, which is at the front of the brain, is the part of the brain that is responsible for all emotional experiences. It consists of the thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala, hippocampus, and cingulate gyrus. Studies have shown that the hippocampus and amygdala, the 2 main sites regulating emotions, memory, and bodily functions, get activated with feelings of gratitude. And the amygdala, as we know, is often where we are triggered into a fight or flight or freeze response, basically. So the fact that it helps the amygdala to sort of calm down has got to be good for us, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
A study conducted on individuals seeking mental health guidance revealed that the participants even of the group.
What you
I'm
teeth
making
here,
my own
Nanny?
dictionary now. The participants of the group who wrote letters of gratitude besides their regular counselling sessions felt better and recovered much sooner. And that was Wong et al. In 2018. The other group in the study that were asked to journal their negative experiences instead of writing gratitude letters reported increased feelings of anxiety and depression. That makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
Gratitude reduces pain. Woohoo! Counting your blessings versus burdens, which was research conducted by Amons and McCulloch in 2003. In this study, they conducted on evaluating the effects of gratitude on physical well-being. indicated that 16% of patients who kept a gratitude journal reported reduced pain symptoms and were more willing to work out and cooperate with the treatment procedure. A deeper dig into the cause unleashed by that regulating the level of dopamine, gratitude filled us with vitality, thereby reducing subjective feelings of pain. And again, in my practice and also personally, I just know that that's the case. If we can just be grateful for lots and lots of things, it distracts us from going down that negative rabbit hole, basically, doesn't it?
Well, this is it, Annie. You see so many different people every week.
Yeah.
And you have so much experience of this. It's not just theory.
No, I see this working all the time. I give people prescriptions for water, big surprise. And I give people prescriptions for being grateful all the time. But to start off with just 10 things every day that you feel really grateful for as soon as you awake, I'm sure it just starts the day off in a really beautiful way. Yep. Whatever is happening to us. Gratitude improves sleep quality. Woohoo! I'll have some of that. Whenever it's near the full moon, I didn't even know it was the full moon on Tuesday, but I didn't sleep very well last night. And then I was doing all sorts of things. I know that the Schumann resonance was particularly high yesterday, which does wobble me. I think I feel all those spikes of energy and go, whoa, and wake up.
Yeah, it's not just a full moon tomorrow, it's an eclipse.
Oh, absolutely. So I do know, I'd looked it up and it said, oh yeah, it's a full moon, it's eclipse. And I was like, oh, bloody hell.
Very, very powerful.
That would be why I keep waking up during the night then.
Yeah.
So improving sleep quality with gratitude. Studies have shown that receiving and displaying simple acts of kindness activates the hypothalamus and thereby regulates all bodily mechanisms controlled by the hypothalamus, out of which sleep is a really vital one. We all know that when we've had a good night's sleep, we feel a million times better than when we've had interrupted sleep. The hypothalamic regulation triggered by gratitude helps us get deeper and healthier sleep naturally every day. A brain filled with gratitude and kindness is more likely to sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed and energetic every morning. So that research was by Zane et al. In 2009. Gratitude aids in stress regulation. McCraty and colleagues, cited in McCraty and Children 2004, in one of their studies on gratitude and appreciation, found that participants who felt grateful showed a marked reduction in the level of cortisol, the stress hormone. They had better cardiac functioning and were more resilient to emotional setbacks and negative experiences. Significant studies over the years have established the fact that by practicing gratitude, we can handle stress better than others.
Yeah.
By merely acknowledging and appreciating the little things in life, this is the bit I really, really love. I've known this for about maybe 5 years, maybe longer. We can actually rewire the brain by doing regular gratitude to do with the present circumstances, and it helps us to deal with things with more awareness and a broader perception. How amazing are we wired up, Jack?
Absolutely, yeah.
That just by practicing regular gratitude, we can actually rewire our brain. That's fantastic, isn't it?
It's all down to neuroplasticity, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The more we, what do they say? Neurons that fire together, wire together, fire together, something like that. What's
it is.
How's it go? How's it go?
Neurons that wire together, fire together, or something like that. But anyway, it kind of suggests that there is longevity in this.
But the point is that the more we think particular patterns, the easier it is to think those patterns.
Absolutely. We're training the neural pathways in our brains.
Yeah.
And our brain is like any other muscle in the body, that it needs to be exercised. If you don't use it, you lose it. So we need to be using our beautiful brains for flooding it with gratitude.
Yeah.
So gratitude reduces anxiety and depression, which we've kind of alluded to already. By reducing the stress hormones and managing the autonomic nervous system functions, gratitude can significantly reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. At a neurochemical level, feelings of gratitude are associated with an increase in the neural modulation of the prefrontal cortex, the brain site responsible for managing negative emotions like guilt, shame, and jealousy. So how scrum is that? That just by doing gratitude, we can release all of that. As a result, people who keep a gratitude journal or use repetitive verbal expressions for the same are more empathetic and positive minded by nature, because the more often we do it, the stronger those neural pathways are becoming, aren't they?
Yeah.
Does gratitude change the brain? It so does. It so does.
Yeah.
The Mindfulness Awareness Research Center of UCLA stated that gratitude does in fact change the neural structures in the brain and makes us feel happier, more content, and more confident.
This is what we were talking about, the neuroplasticity.
Absolutely. You know, and the fact that they've done research on it as well, you know, there's proof of that, as well as our personal and professional experience.
Yeah.
Feeling grateful and appreciate. I don't know what that word was going to be. I tried to make two words into one, Jack.
We'll get you some new teeth, Annie.
Feeling grateful and appreciating others when they do something good for us triggers the good hormones and regulates effective functioning of the immune system. So it is really good for strengthening our immunity system, which is, you know, just what we need when we live in a damp climate. And this time of year, lots of people have colds and coughs and sore throats and all sorts of monkey business. So just by being grateful can actually help to restore and strengthen our immunity system, which I think is just amazing, isn't it?
Well, how wonderful would it be, instead of moaning about having a cold, moaning about having a sniffle, moaning about having a sore throat, we were grateful that our body was getting rid of toxins.
Yeah. And went, oh my gosh, how brilliant my body that I've got this cough and a cold, which is, you know, the coughing is an expectorant. The cold is again releasing all those toxins from your body. How amazing is my immunity system that I'm doing all this on automatic pilot.
Yeah, it's a fantastic system.
It really is. So scientists have suggested that by activating the reward center of the brain with gratitude, that gratitude exchange alters the way we see our world and ourselves. A great gratitude affirmation that I've spoken about in the past, and I continually use is thank you for all I have, thank you for all I've had, and thank you for all I will have. And when I'm in the shower, I'm saying it all the time, and I sing it. Thank you for all I have, thank you for all I've had, thank you for all I will have, thank you for all I have.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is. So I sing to myself in the shower because I want the universe and all the cells in my beautiful body to know that I am really grateful. I am really grateful for everything I've had, everything I've got right now, and also telling the universe that I know it's going to continue to give me things in the future that you know, I'm going to be really grateful for as well. Not only do we need to express 10 things per day that we are grateful for, being grateful for everything that happens to us And being in that constant state of gratitude can literally rewire our brain. And I don't know if you heard before we started recording that I say frequently, on even my darkest days, it is all in divine and perfect order. And on the days when it does not feel like it's all in divine and perfect order, I add a beautiful Anglo-Saxon grounding word and say it is all in divine and perfect order.
Yeah.
Because that adds emphasis and really grounds it as well. So it's all in divine fucking perfect order. Indeed. And a lot of the time, we've talked about this for so many weeks, Jack, that the ones we love the most and the ones that are closest to us and we have the most intimate relationships with teach us some of our most important soul contract lessons, basically. They really, really do. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do the growth and the development of our heart and soul. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
That's true. That's so important. People miss that.
Yeah, that they so do. We've talked about it quite a bit, Sweet, haven't we, over the last few months?
I mean, it's so natural. We're brought up, we're taught to hate the people that hurt us.
Yeah.
But that's the wrong way of looking at it.
Oh, massively.
They
are a big gift to us.
Nobody hurts us without our consent anyway.
No.
It's our choice to be hurt or not to be hurt.
Yes, indeed.
And the lessons are there for us.
Yeah.
And who would we ask to teach us the hardest lessons but our dearest friends in spirit?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was doing the research yesterday evening and then this morning, I was awake several times, so I thought I might as well do something useful while I'm awake anyway. So I did some more research, printed this off, but then on my wall in my love corner, I've got the poetry of one of my favourite Sufi poets, and it's Khalil Gibran from The Prophet, and it's his viewpoint on love. So I'd like to read that. Because,
oh yes, please do. Yeah,
I just think it's
brilliant
so
work.
beautiful.
Everybody should read that. Everybody should.
Yeah, absolutely. When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get my pages apart. He kneads you until you are pliant, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your own heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if you fearward seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world, where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter. You will weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives naught but itself and takes naught but from itself. Love possesses, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. and think not you can direct the course of love. For love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires. To melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody into the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness. To be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and to give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at eventide with gratitude, and to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of prayer upon your lips. And that was Khalil Gibran, 1923, The Prophet.
That is very, very beautiful.
I just thought it was very fitting with what's going on currently.
Thanks, Annie.
For all of us beautiful souls. We're going through some, you know, challenging times, and we have to be really grateful that love is all we need.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the song?
Cue the
All
song.
we need is love.
Da, 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 da,
Da,
da.
da, da, da. All you need is love. So I want to say, as I often say on our programme, Jack Cox, that I am so very grateful for you inviting me to do this. I can't even begin to describe how lovely it is to be part of this. I can't thank you enough, Jack.
Well, it's the same for me, Annie. I'm so grateful that you agreed to be on this show with me.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
As I've told you before, you've brought a whole new energy to this show. And I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And thank you for thinking it would be a good idea.
definitely has been a good idea.
So that's all I've got, really. Well, no, I'm saying it like it wasn't much, but I just think that was what we were meant to do tonight, sweetie pie. That look at the research and, you know, how gratitude helps us emotionally, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, physically, but also to be really grateful for love.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And if you think of the universe as being a mirror, it reflects back to us what's inside of us.
Yeah.
And the more gratitude we are, the more it's going to give us things to be grateful for.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
And the more we moan and complain, the more it's going to reflect back to us more things to moan and complain about.
Yeah.
You think about the universe as a mirror, it all makes sense.
Yeah. And I've said it to loads of students and patients over the last few weeks, because people have got triggered by the current situation that we're living in. And I've said, I always try and make sure that I say to myself, the universe is conspiring to help me in every possible way.
Yeah.
And the universe, I know the universe has got my back, even when it doesn't feel like the universe has got my back. It really has. And, you know, at the time, sometimes I haven't understood what the blessing was, but I've said, thank you for this experience that's broken my heart, because there's more room in a broken heart, clearly. And then a few weeks later or a few months later, I've realised what the massive blessing was in it. But at the time, I haven't always, you know, been able to figure out what the universe had in store for me. And I suppose really, I was talking to a child patient the other day, and I said, what we have to remember is that the universe, we've got one little part of the jigsaw puzzle, and the universe has got all the other bits and going, yeah, well, this is how this fits in here. So the universe knows how all these experiences fit together. And sometimes we just have to know that the universe has got your back, even if it doesn't feel like the universe has got your back.
That's beautiful, Annie.
Thank you.
Andrew, you work as a life coach, don't you? Have you got anything to put into this?
I've just been looking at something that I wrote a little while ago, and it's gone off my screen now. I wrote this, it's called Gratitude and Ingratitude. And it says, whatever our situation in life, however difficult things might be for us right now, inner peace will not evade us if we have faith. It all starts with an attitude of gratitude. When we are truly thankful for what we have, even if that isn't much, our lives start to change. Material wealth is important. We need money to buy food, shelter, and clothes. And yet, even when we don't have much money, we can be thankful for our health, our family and friends, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, that we have the ability to smile and to laugh at our circumstances. When we are grateful, when our hearts beat with thankfulness for the joys of each day, then more things to be grateful will come our way. It is a law of nature. Birds of a feather flock together like attracts like. I'm not a wealthy man myself, and yet I am grateful for what I have. And that is evidenced in the joy and happiness that I experience each day of my life. I'm working on a plan to increase my wealth, and I will not fail because I will never give up. The worst of bad habits are these: to be ungrateful and to tell yourself you are a failure. Things will not work out whilst you have a negative outlook to life. That is why I post the things I post on Facebook, to help people to be thankful and to have faith. God bless you, my friend. Hold your arms out to him and speak out loud of how thankful you are for all the blessings that you have in your life. Count your blessings, name them each day, and feel the gratitude deep within you, welling up inside you, and you will begin to receive more.
Wow. Thank you, Andrew. That's beautiful.
And I've got a
song so much.
I've got a song for you as well. I don't know
how come on then. Give
how
us a
well
song.
it will go. We used to sing in assembly in school. I don't know if you did. Glad that I live, am I, that the sky is blue.
Oh, I do.
Glad for the country lanes and the fall of dew. After the sun, the rain. After the rain, the sun. This is the way of life till the work be done. All that we need to do, be we low or high, is to see that we grow nearer the sky.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that for, well, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, yeah, me too. That was lush.
I haven't heard that since I was at school. That's absolutely gorgeous.
It keeps coming into my mind, and I just sing it every time it comes there. And I know that it makes me feel a lot better after I've sung it than before.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, that's lovely. And we got to sing as well. We like to have a little sing, don't we, on our show tag?
What's your take on it, Kenneth?
That's my first time hearing that, you know, because I'm a Yank. So yeah, we never had that in assembly.
You mistake so much. I don't suppose kids here have it anymore. It was, I mean,
no, I suspect not.
Andrew and I go back a few years, don't we, mate? We're not spring chickens.
I think it was written in the late Victorian times. And the thing that I liked about it was it does mention God, but it doesn't mention any doctrine or any dogma. It's absolutely. It's a hymn of praise. And if you go to the Psalms in the Bible, there's an awful lot of thankful songs in there. And there's a guy called Ian White, and he's written music to all the Psalms, because originally the Psalms were songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously in Hebrew, but they were just this is what to sing. If you look in the Book of Psalms, there is like instructions. This is the time when you sing this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's written Ian White. It's on Spotify. If you go to Spotify and look for Ian White, he's got a song for every one of the psalms. So if there is a particular psalm that you like, and we all know the 23rd Psalm, but he's written a different tune to it, and it sounds really good. And he takes some liberties with the words. He sort of moves them about a bit, but it's well worth. If you want some new songs to make you feel good on the inside, Ian White and the Psalms.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with talking about God. God means different things to different people.
Indeed.
We all understand that concept differently, and some have words for it. Some like to call it source.
Yeah.
I like to call it source. But whatever you think God is, it's a very powerful principle.
Yeah, absolutely. So the books that I'll be recommending for today is obviously The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, written in 1923. But as I've just read it out, it's still as relevant as at the time that he wrote it. And the fact that it's in my love corner, so it's constantly there to remind me about what love is. But the other one, while you were sorting out the video, darling, I was explaining that I've been reading this, and that's been really helpful. So it's Brené Brown.
Braving the Wilderness.
Yeah, so it's Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone. And I've listened to her TED Talks over a number of years now on love, but also on vulnerability. And she really is authentic and genuine and speaks from the heart. So I'd thoroughly recommend that book, but also Khalil Gibran, because it's not just that beautiful Sufi poem on love. There's ones on marriage, friendship, law and order, justice, money, work, just every aspect of life, but really written in the most loving, respectful way. So I'd thoroughly recommend you getting a copy of Khalil Gibran's Prophet, it was called.
Yeah, somebody gave me a copy of that when I was very young, when I was about 20 or 21 or something like that. I regret that I lost it over the years.
Yeah.
But, well, I've moved so many times that I've lost I haven't got anything from those years. But yeah, it's a brilliant book, absolutely brilliant.
Really is lovely, isn't it? My auntie gave it to me as my 18th birthday present. And I just remember that I started reading it, and it just really resonated with my heart and soul. And she was criticised by other family members, going, "Why have you given that out? Because it's safety pain." And you shouldn't give that to an 18.
What did they say? What did they say?
The moany people doing that stuff. So,
why would anybody moan about that?
But I'm really grateful to her, because she opened my eyes to all his works are just beyond exquisitely beautiful. But some of the other Sufi poets as well, and I probably wouldn't have been exposed to it as early as I was had it not been that she gave me that copy of The Prophet for my 18th birthday. So yeah, I'm very grateful to my Auntie Margaret for giving me that as an 18th birthday.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book. I highly recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, me too. It's just lovely, isn't it?
The Desiderata was written around about the same time, wasn't it?
I'm not sure when.
1926, Max AM, and go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence.
Yeah.
That one. They made a single of it in the 1970s.
They did.
Les Crane, was it, that did it? I think it was Les Crane.
So.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here.
And whether or not it is clear to you. What is the next?
No doubt the universe.
No doubt the universe is unfolding as it should.
the unfolding. I always think how beautiful the unfolding is. If we don't
The
understand what's
language
going
of
on.
it, again, is really opulent, really, I don't know, it's not mundane language. It's really beautiful, juicy language, isn't it? I don't know if you can call language juicy, but you can now.
It's one of the things that we were taught at school. It's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So there is on YouTube, there is a video of someone reading Khalil Gibran's Prophet, but there's also somebody reading as well as the original music version, like Andrew's just said, but there's somebody actually reading Desiderata, and it is truly beautiful.
I'll see if I can find it and put the links below.
You little angel, you little angel, Jack Cox.
I did a broadcast one time. One of my Facebook lives was just going through it line by line, like it was some kind of Bible teaching thing that was going on. And I got a lot out of it. I don't know if anybody else watched it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can't splice it into the show because we'll probably get banned for copyright.
Oh, absolutely, darling. But if there's a link to it, that's fine, isn't it?
But I'll put a link to it below.
Wonderful.
Just a quick heads up that Andrew's kindly agreed to come on the Friday show in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, lovely! With your new book, Andrew.
Friday after next, we're going to showcase some of his poetry.
Wonderful, fantastic.
So really, really looking forward to doing that with you, Andrew.
Yeah.
I think it's just picking the ones to go. I think what I'd like to do is just illustrate my thinking over the years. You know, I've been writing poetry since 1967.
Wow.
Some of it wasn't very good, but the teacher at school told me, Mrs. Keithley told me that I'd written a really good poem, and she put it on the wall. So after that, I knew that I was a poet. Yeah. So it's so important what we say to small children. They listen.
Oh, massively.
And even each other, you know, as adults, you know, whatever compliments that you receive, you've got to be aware that you might be doing somebody somebody who doesn't feel, you know, not somebody who's egotistical, but somebody who doesn't feel like they are much, and somebody says something kind to them, it can last a lifetime. So I'm sorry for those people who don't like my poetry. I apologize in advance, but it's Mrs. Keithley's fault, honest.
Well, what I've heard of it so far, Andrew, has been...
Oh, it's beautiful, Andrew's poetry. It really is from the heart. Really from the heart, isn't it?
Quick heads up about the this new group that I've started.
Yeah.
Let's help each other to thrive. And we had our first meeting last Friday, Zoom meeting. And people came on and talked about what they need and what they can offer to other people.
Yeah, yeah.
On a don't pay me back, pay it forward basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anybody who wants to come along next month, we have the meetings on the first Friday of every month.
Oh, okay.
So anybody who wants, and I know you've joined, Annie, so much appreciated for that.
Yeah.
So anybody who wants to come along to the next meeting, make sure you sign up on the website, let's help each other to thrive.org.
Yeah.
And we'll send you the link.
Perfect. Yippee!
We've got to find new ways of living together.
Absolutely.
That don't involve money.
Yeah.
I mean, I've put quite a lot out about it recently, but we've got this idea of programmable central bank digital currencies coming out.
Oh,
and if that ever does come out, it'll mean that money, and I'm not talking about cash, I'm talking about money, is no longer fit for purpose.
Yeah.
And we've got to find different ways of dealing with
transacting
amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
And I put out this idea a long time ago about this free gift economy where we all give on a don't pay me back, pay it forward.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody keeps score. And nobody cares who's winning or losing.
Well, there's no losing really, is there?
So, and that's all money is for. It's to know
Yeah.
who's winning and who's losing.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just a song that I've sent through. Maybe you'd want to share it as well. But I read a speech that had been made by the then governor of the Bank of England in 2013. Mark, someone, he was a Canadian guy.
I remember him, yeah.
Yeah, he said that the origins of money was that in the past, what we would do is we would barter. We would say, if you give me half a dozen eggs from your hens each morning, I'll give you a pint of milk from my cow.
yeah.
And that was how agrarian culture was. But money was invented so that we didn't have to do that kind of nonsense anymore.
Yeah.
Each thing was given its own value, and then you just exchange money for it instead of messing about with all the bartering. And he said money was created for people, to work for people, to make life easier for people. He said, but the way that the financial systems are, Mark Carney, the way that the financial systems are now, we all work for money.
Yeah.
And it's unsustainable. 2013, it's unsustainable. The governor of the Bank of England said that money is unsustainable in its present format. It needs to be reinvigorated with something like what Jack was saying and what you were saying, Annie.
Right, guys, I'm really sorry about this, but I need to scamper off. I've got a patient coming in shortly and I'd like to have my room ready. Thank you so much to everybody who's taken part in it, and I will see you lovely people next Monday.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Annie. Thank you, Annie.
Bye.
That was a love.
Thank you.
That was a